Today we'll be looking at conditionals. There are four types of conditionals, namely the zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, the third conditional. Why is it called conditionals? Conditional tense describe the result of something that might happen in the present or future, or might have happened but didn't happen in the past. Zero conditional. Zero conditional is used to talk about general truth or facts. Let's take a look on its grammatical structure. In the zero conditional sentence, the if clause takes on present simple tense, whereas the main clause also takes on present simple tense. Example: if or when you press the button, the machine starts. In the if clause, it takes on the present simple tense. Press is the present simple. The machine starts is also present simple. This type of sentence, it talks about a general truth. You will notice that if and when, they are used interchangeably. You can say, when you press the button, the machine starts. For conditional tense, what you will be looking at is the signpost of if, the small keyword if. When you see if in a clause, this type of sentence is called conditional sentence. When it is referring to general truth or facts, we call it zero conditional. Let's look at more examples. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Heat, present simple tense. In the if clause, in the main clause, it boils. Also take on present simple tense. If people eat too much, they get fat. These are known as the general truth or facts. First conditional. First conditional is used to talk about something that is likely to happen in the present or future. Emphasize on likely to happen in the present or future. You are not very certain, but you know it is likely to happen. Even though it's not 100% for sure, but you know it is likely to happen. Let's take a look on its grammatical structure. In the if clause, it takes on present simple tense. In the main clause, it takes on three types of verb: future verb, will, modal verbs, can, may, might, must, should, imperative, infinitive verb. Infinitive words means the base form. Imperative means give order or instruct. Future will. Let's take a look at the example. If I see James, I will give him his book back. In the if clause, it takes on what tense is this? Present tense. I will give him his book back. So it takes on a future tense. Does this happen? Not yet. But do you know that it will happen? You know it is likely to happen, even though you are not very 100% sure, but you know it is likely to happen. If I see James, I will give him his book back. If it rains tomorrow, we will stay at home. You do not know whether it will rain tomorrow, but it is likely to happen. So that's why you use first conditional tense. Next, she will miss the bus if she doesn't leave soon. You notice that the main clause is placed in front of the if clause and there is no comma. So if clause comes after the main clause, there will be no comma in the sentence. But if the if clause comes before the main clause, you need to put a comma in between. Modal verbs can, may, might, must, and should. For example, if you want a pet, you must promise to take care of it. This type of sentence is also called first conditional. If you want is a present tense, you must. Okay, must, the verb that comes after must is a modal verb. The verb come after must is a base form. If it rains tomorrow, I might stay at home. If you want to get a better academic result, you should study hard. All this type of sentence is called first conditional. It is likely to happen. May and might have the same meaning, so you can also use interchangeably. If you put down the gun, I won't call the police. So long as you put down the gun, I won't call the police. Provided that you put down the gun, I won't call the police. Unless you put down the gun, I won't call the police. As you notice, these four sentences, even though they use different phrase, so long as, provided that, unless, and if, but they actually means the same thing. So you can replace if with so long as, provided that, and unless. What about imperatives? If you finish your homework, clean your bedroom. Which one is imperative? Clean your bedroom. It takes on a infinitive verb form, without ing, without es, without ed. Imperative means give order or instruct. If you arrive on time, come to the meeting. If it rains, take an umbrella. If clause take on a present simple tense, and main clause take on the imperative verb. One more example. If the food is cold, put it in the microwave. Okay, next. The second conditional. It is used for unreal or imaginary situations which are unlikely to happen in the present or future. I'll stress one more time. It is used for unreal or imaginary situations that are unlikely to happen in the present or the future. Let's review on the first conditional. First conditional is talking about situations that are likely to happen, whereas the second conditional talks about situations that are unlikely to happen, okay, in the present or future. The sentence structure: if clause take on past simple, main clause take on would, could, plus infinitive. Infinitive means the base form of the word. If I won the lottery, I would buy a farm in the country. If I won is a past tense, past simple, and main clause would or could, buy a farm in the country. This type of sentence, we call it second conditional, is because it is unreal, it is imaginary. In second conditional, were is often used instead of was in the if clause in all persons. What does it mean? If I were rich, I would live in a luxurious house. If I were you, I wouldn't buy it. If I were rich, it is talking about an unreal situation. That is why were is used instead of was. Normally, was, I take on the verb to be verb form is was in the past tense. But here, why we use were? Because it's imaginary, unreal situation. That is why it's used if I were rich. If she were rich, he or she will live in a luxurious house. So were is used in all persons. Reminder, if the if clause comes before the main clause, the two clauses are separated by a comma. Notice that if clause comes before the main clause, two clauses separated by a comma. If main clause comes before the if clause, no comma is used. Third conditional. Third conditional is used to describe the situations that didn't happen and to imagine the result of these situations. Again, the difference between third conditional and the second conditional is that the third conditional uses in the situations that didn't happen, it didn't happen, and you imagine the result of these situations. Okay. The sentence structure looks like this. If clause takes on past perfect tense, main clause take on would have plus past participle. Past participle is the third column verb. Let's take a look on the example. At the example, if she had studied, she would have passed the exam. Had studied is a past perfect tense. She would have passed, would have plus a past participle. Did she pass the exam? The question is, did she pass the exam? No, she didn't. It is describing a situation that didn't happen. It didn't happen. But it would have happened if she studied, right? So in actual fact, we know that she didn't study and so she didn't pass. More examples toward this. If we had taken a taxi, we wouldn't have missed the plane. She wouldn't have been tired if she had gone to bed earlier. Okay, take a look on this. If clause placed in front of the main clause, that's why it's separated by a comma. He would have been on time for the interview if he had left the house at 9. All this would not have happened if he would have done it differently. Practice. It's your turn.